This video is going to take a look at some of your homework problems on long division. It's the assignment that starts on page 124 and has you do 3 through 10 all, and then number 21 and 25. I'm going to do some of the even problems, like I'll probably do number 4 and then either number 8 or number 10. And then in a second video or third video, I will do the 21, an example of 21 or 25 where you have to use long division to factor a function completely. So let's start off by just looking at number 4. So number 4 wants us to divide 3x squared minus 11x minus 26 by x minus 5. So if we're going to do long division, we have to do a couple of things. Let's rewrite the problem first. So the x minus 5 goes outside the box, and the 3x squared minus 11x minus 26 goes inside the box. And the steps that I'm going to use are to divide, multiply, subtract, and then bring down. And I will do that until there are no more terms to bring down. I'll keep cycling through those 4 steps until there are no more terms left to bring down. And then I'm going to write the remainder as a fraction. So step 1 is to divide. I'm going to divide the first term always, not the first and second term, just the first term of my divisor into the first term of my dividend. So x goes into 3x squared 3x times. So I'm going to write a positive 3x or 3x over the other x term. I'm going to try to keep my terms lined up, my like terms lined up. So there's dividing. Now I'm going to multiply. So 3x times x and 3x times a negative 5. 3x times x is 3x squared. 3x times negative 5 is negative 15x. Multiplication down. Step 3 is to subtract. So now I'm going to subtract this whole line. The 3x squared minus 15x, subtract it from 3x squared minus 11x. 3x squared, take away 3x squared, none of those x squareds are left. They cancel out. Be careful with the signs now. I've got 11, negative 11, take away a negative 15. Negative 11, subtract negative 15. That becomes negative 11 plus 15x. So negative 11 plus 15 should be a positive 4x. After I subtract, then I bring down. So I'm going to bring down that negative 26. It brings the sign with it, so make sure you're bringing the subtraction. And then I repeat the process. Go back to the beginning. I'm going to divide the first term, x, into the first term of my polynomial, into the 4x. And x goes into 4x 4 times. So I'm going to write plus 4 over the like term, negative 26. Done with dividing. Step 2 is to multiply. Now I'm going to be multiplying the 4 times both those terms. So 4 times the x, 4 times the x, and then the 4 times the negative 5. All right, 4 times x is 4x. 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. Multiplication done. Step 3, subtract. I'm going to subtract that whole line, the 4x and the minus 20. 4x, take away 4x, 0, they cancel. Watch your signs on the next one. Negative 26 minus a negative 20 is negative 26 plus 20, which gives us a negative 6 for an answer. Last step after subtracting is to bring down, but we'll see there's nothing left to bring down. The last term is a negative 26. I already brought that down. So now it's time to write my answer. And remember to write my remainder as a fraction. So my answer is 3x plus 4 plus a negative 6 over x minus 5. If you want to write that one as 3x plus 4 minus 6 over x plus 5, that's fine. That would work too. Either one will do. Group. Let's do number 10. That one looks a little scary, right? We've got a trinomial and a trinomial. So number 10 would like us to divide 4x to the 4th plus 5x minus 4 by the polynomial x squared minus 3x minus 2. All right, first step is pretty easy. I'm going to write the divisor on the outside of my box, x squared minus 3x minus 2. And as I'm writing my dividend, the polynomial that's going to go inside the box, this guy right here, I want to make sure that I put some placeholders. I don't want it to just jump from x to the 4th down to x. I want to include an x cubed and an x squared in there. I don't want any missing pieces. So let me move this down just a little bit so I have some space. So 4x to the 4th, that's good. I don't have any x cubes, but I'm going to write a 0x cubed as a placeholder. So I'm not adding anything in value, but I'm keeping a place for any x cubes that might show up in my dividing to go. I'm also going to do the same thing with an x squared. I'm going to give it a placeholder, a place for the x squared terms to go in case any of them show up when I'm dividing. Then I have a linear term, a plain old x. That's my plus 5x. And I have a constant, minus 4, the one that doesn't have an x at all. And now I'm ready to do my process. And I'm going to write down the process. Just helps me keep track of whether I've done everything I need to do. So let's see, I'm going to divide, and then I'm going to multiply, and then I subtract, and then the last thing I'm going to do is to bring down. All right, once again, I'm just going to divide that first term. I'm just going to worry about the first term and the first term. So x squared goes into 4x to the 4th for x squared times. So 4x squared. And I'm writing my 4x squared over the 0x squared term. I'm going to try to keep my like terms together. Done with dividing, now I'm going to multiply. So I'm going to multiply 4x times x squared, 4x squared times x squared, 4x squared times a negative 3x, 4x squared times a negative 2. So 4x squared times x squared is 4x to the 4th. 4x squared minus 3x is a negative 12x cubed. 4x squared times negative 2 is a negative 8x squared. Next step is to subtract. So I need to subtract this whole line. I usually put parentheses around whatever I'm subtracting. That just helps me remember to make sure I get all those terms subtracting and kind of helps me keep track of the signs, a classic place to make a mistake. All right, let's do this subtracting. 4x to the 4th, take away 4x to the 4th, they are gone. 0x cubed minus a negative 12x cubed becomes plus 12x cubed, right? Minus a negative 0x squared minus 8x squared minus a negative 8x squared becomes plus 8x squared. There's my subtracting, and now I'm going to bring down that 5x plus 5x. All right, repeat that process. Divide the first term into the first term. X squared goes into 12x cubed 12x times. So that's a linear term, just one x, 12x, goes over the 5x. Now I need to multiply 12 times 8, x squared, 12x times negative 3, and 12x times a negative 2. 12x times x squared is 12x cubed. 12x times negative 3x is negative 24x squared. Oops, no, try negative 36. Negative 36x squared. That's better. And 12 times negative 2, there's my negative 24x. I've multiplied, and now I'm going to subtract. I'm going to put parentheses around that whole line just to make sure I subtract every term. Help me keep track of those signs. 12x cubed minus 12x cubed, 0, 12x cubed, or 0x cubed. Those are gone. 8x squared minus a negative 36x squared. That turns into addition. So I've got 8x squared plus 36x squared brings us to 44x squared. Positive 5x plus 24x, right, because it's minus a negative 24, becomes positive, becomes plus 29x. And I'm done with subtracting. Last thing to do is to bring down. I'm getting close to the end here. There's my negative 4. That's the last term I'm going to have to bring down. Nothing after the negative 4. All right, really close to being done. Once again, divide that first term, x squared, into the first term down here, the 44x squared. X squared goes into 44x squared 44 times. Plus 44. Multiply through. 44 times x squared is 44x squared. 44 times negative 3. I think that's going to be a 132. Negative 132x. And 44 times negative 2 is a negative 88. Go ahead and subtract. So my 4x squareds are gone. 29 minus a negative 132, that's going to be a positive. Positive 161x. And negative 4 plus 88, because it's negative 4 minus a negative 88. So negative 4 plus 88 is a positive 84. And now I know that there are no more terms to bring down, so I know that I'm at my end. And I'm going to write that remainder as a crazy fraction, but here we go. All right, my answer is 4x squared plus 12x plus 44. So that's coming from up here, right? And the remainder I write as a fraction, so plus. So my remainder is 161x plus 84. 161x plus 84 over x squared minus 3x minus 2. X squared minus 3x minus 2. And there is my answer. So I would suggest, if you haven't already tried some of the odd problems, to try them now and check your answers in the back. You could, they kind of mirror the ones that I just did on this video, so you could stop and rewind the video and kind of do them along with me, or you could do them on your own. In any case, if you're running into any problems, please send me an email and I will either make another video or maybe I can just clear up your question right through email. So hope you make out okay, and I'll see you in the next video, which will be about the last two problems from homework where you're asked to factor a polynomial completely. Questions 21 and 25. See you soon.